Welcome back guys. Today we're going to discuss 3 ways to do your ridgeline. So stick around, it's going to be good fun. Cheers. So we're going to start with a bowline knot on one end, guys, of our paracord. Okay, so I've got the end here. If you don't already know how to do a bowline, then what we'll do is we're just going to fold it over itself, over the main line. I'll try and show that again. So fold it over itself, like that. So you get a loop, okay? And then you want to go under, so up through, from underneath the loop you just created, round the main line, and then down through the loop. So round our tree on the first end we're going to do a marlin spike hitch, and we're going to be using that for all examples today. So we'll create that and we'll just leave it in place. So this is how you do it. Okay, so the bowline knot you just created, you're going to wrap it around the tree, and you're going to pull some of that line through there and create a loop. And you're going to take what we call a toggle. You can use a tent stake, anything at all, but just cut a wee stick is the easiest approach, and then push it down, cinch it tight. So we'll leave that in place for all examples today, and this is the preferred approach. You'll see this often. It's quick release, so you just pull your toggle out and there you go. So to put it back in, I'll show you again. Your bowline knot round the tree, put a bite through the loop, put your toggle in and cinch it down. So guys, the first one we're going to look at is sometimes called the guyline hitch or the top line hitch. It's essentially an adjustable knot. It's probably the easiest one to start with, so we'll start with that. So around the tree, on the other end of the paracord, first of all. Okay guys, so we're around the tree now. So it's very easy, we're just going to make a series of passes over the main line here. Okay, so throw your working end over the main end, like that. And we're going to make one pass inside this loop here, okay? 2 passes, so you should end up with that there. And then we're going to make 1 pass outside. And that is what you should end up with. Okay. So the beauty of this knot, guys, is it's adjustable. Alright, so we've got our knot in place now. Slide it along. We're sliding it along the main line. And then you can tighten it up by holding the main line and pulling the knot you created. Pulling that. There you go. That's your first one. So this can be really handy when you need to adjust the pitch of your tarp at a moment's notice, heavy rain, things like that. And as I said, it's sometimes called the guyline hitch because you'll sometimes see a lot of people using this for tying out guylines and their tarps as well, and things like that. So another thing we're going to do, guys, is a thing that we can do with pretty much all these ridgeline knots I'm going to show you today, is to make it quick release. You create a bite So rather than just pulling the line all the way through like that, we're going to create a bite, okay? So you've done your 2 passes on the inside, and we're doing our pass on the outside now. And like I say, instead of passing it all the way through, we're going to create a bite and put that through. Okay. And there you go. So that makes it quick release. So we can tighten up our ridgeline again. And if we want to quick release it, just pull that. And that's you done. So I'll show you that again really quickly. So instead of passing the line all the way through this loop here, we're going to create a bite and put the bite through instead. Okay guys, the next one we're going to look at is sometimes called the tarp hitch. And I believe Paul Kirtley's got a video on this on his YouTube channel, so Paul Kirtley's the one that I originally learned this one from. Okay, so let's have a wee look at it. So I'm round the tree. The good thing about this particular ridgeline option is you can get it quite tight. So you can lay ratchet down like that, okay? And then what we're going to do is chuck the line over there, like that. So, do it again, chuck it over, and then we can then use that to pull it even tighter, like that. Okay? Then we're going to go round the tree again. Okay? And we're going to just lay that over the main line. We're going to hold some tension here. I'm going to hold the tension on the line here with my hand. And then what we're going to do is reach in here, pull that through. Okay, so I'll show that again. So we're over the main line, and it's essentially a bite that we talked about earlier. I'm pulling a bite through there, like that. Pull it towards the tree like that, and then what we're going to do is we're going to pull another bite. So we're going to reach in here with our hand and pull this line through, and then pull that tight. And that's the knot complete. So because we pulled a bite through there, it is quick release like before. Pull that through, and there you go. Right guys, so I'm just going to show it again, because this one's a bit more complicated than the top line hitch that we showed before. So I'm just going to show it from a different angle. Hopefully that'll help a bit further. Okay, so around the tree, I'm going to pull it tight. I'm going to throw it over, try and keep that tension on the line, and we're creating that again. We're going to pull that even tighter, round the tree again, and we can hold the tension with our other hand like that as best you can. Sometimes that can be tough to hold that tension in there. Right, so we're putting the line over the main line, then we're going to pull that bite through, and then we're going to put our hand through that bite we just created and pull through another bite, and that's it. Right guys, the last one we're going to look at is called the trucker's hitch. So this is probably my favourite. You'll see it used very commonly for ridgelines as it's once you've learnt it, it's pretty easy. But I was always a bit reluctant to learn this one because it did seem pretty complicated, but as with any of these knots, guys, bit of practice and you'll be absolutely fine. Okay guys, so the first thing we need to do for the trucker hitch is create a, I think it's a slip knot. There's create a slip knot on the this line. It's kind of similar to a marlin spike hitch, but I'll just show you how to do it. It's fairly easy. So create a loop over the line, and then fold that over the main line like that. So you should end up like that. Okay, and then we're going to pull this through to create a loop like that. So it's quick release, this loop, pull that, it goes away. So I'll show that again, like that, and like that, and it's starting to rain. Great. Right guys, so we've got our loop now, we're round the tree. Next what we do is we put our working end through that loop, like that. Now the great thing about the trucker's hitch is this then creates a pulley, kind of like a pulley, and it gives us that mechanical advantage to really pull that tight. So you can really get it pulled tight that way. And then to finish it off, pinch it here, and then we're going to create a bite. So you put it over the line like that, and you put a bite through there, and then you pull it tight. So that's it. So I'll show that last bit again. So we're pulling it tight, we're pinching it, and then we're making a loop and pulling a bite through that loop. And that's it. So what you'll sometimes see guys doing as well is, if the weather's bad, really windy, and you're worried about your ridgeline coming loose, you can sometimes put a toggle in here. Alright, so that can just give you that added bit of security and confidence that it's not going to come loose for any reason. But what I like to do is, depending on how much line you've got left hanging down here, what you can do is wrap that line. Wrap it like that and put that in the loop, and then you can pull that down like that. So that keeps your spare line out of the way and off the forest floor, and it also creates that toggle so you've got more confidence that your line's not going to come loose for any reason. Okay guys, I've got one last tip for you for the trucker's hitch, and this is what really makes this knot for me. It's out of all the 3 knots, it's probably the quickest to deploy once you get confident with it and you've done the practice. Okay, so what you're essentially going to be doing is this knot that we create, this slip knot, this marlin spike hitch knot, whatever you want to call it. If you practice and learn how to do that with one hand, it makes deployment of this ridgeline so much quicker. Okay, so I'll show you how I do it. So what you want to do is put your hand, turn your hand over like that. Okay, so my palm is facing the main line, and I want to twist it like that. Okay, so I'll show that again. So palm facing upwards, twist it round to create a loop. So essentially all my fingers are through that loop now, and I can then pull, I can grab this line and pull it through like that. And I'll give you a close up of that. So palm facing towards the sky essentially, twist it round like that. So you see my fingers are through that loop. Okay, put your thumb through, and then you want to pull this line here through like that, and then that's it. I'll show you that again. That's it. So once you practice that, you'll be deploying your trucker's hitch ridgeline in no time. Okay. So I'll show you that in full action, guys. So round the tree, create the loop with one hand, put your line through that loop, pull it tight, and with your bite. I'll do that again. Round the tree, create the loop, through the loop, tighten, bite. So you can see it only takes a few seconds. Hope you enjoyed this quick video today, guys. Let me know what ridgeline you prefer, which one you're going to be practicing. My preference is the trucker's hitch. Like I say, I wasn't too sure about learning that one in the beginning because it looked pretty tough, but once you've done it a few times, it's absolutely fine. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Check out the future videos. I'll be releasing similar videos like this to help you guys out. They're really intended for beginners, these types of videos, but they could be useful to amateurs and well seasoned bushcrafters as well. You might be able to find out something new, and yeah, hopefully we can all just teach each other some cool stuff. Right guys, cheers, take care.